Hey everybody, Jordan here. Family vacations can be a challenge, but they're worth it. So pack your bags, grab the snacks, and get ready for some quality time with the fam. We're talking about the top 10 best places in North America for a perfect family getaway. We've got theme parks, national parks, big cities, you name it. So buckle up because this is going to be a wild ride.
Let's kick things off in Orlando, Florida, the land of Mickey Mouse, magical princesses, and enough roller coasters to make your stomach do flips. Orlando is a giant playground for kids and adults. You've got Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld. It's like the all-star team of theme parks. And don't even get me started on the water parks. If your kids aren't entertained in Orlando, you might want to check their pulse. And hey, if you need a break from all the excitement, there's always shopping, dining, and mini golf. Just be prepared to shell out some serious cash, because those Mickey Mouse ears don't come cheap.
Next up, we're heading north of the border to Banff National Park in Canada. Trade in those mouse ears for hiking boots, folks, because this place is all about stunning natural beauty. We're talking towering mountains, turquoise lakes, and more wildlife than you can shake a stick at. Banff is perfect for families who love to get outdoors and explore. Go hiking, biking, kayaking, whitewater rafting. The possibilities are endless. And don't forget your camera, because every corner you turn is like a postcard come to life. Banff also has a charming little town with shops, restaurants, and even a hot springs.
All right, let's be honest. Who doesn't love San Diego? It's got sunshine, beaches, and enough family-friendly activities to keep you busy for weeks. First up, you gotta check out the San Diego Zoo. It's world-renowned for a reason. And speaking of animals, you can't forget about SeaWorld San Diego. But San Diego's not just about animals. They've also got some of the best beaches in California. So pack your swimsuits, sunscreen, and sandcastle building skills, and get ready for some fun in the sun. And hey, if you need a break from the beach, San Diego has a ton of other great options. Balboa Park is home to museums, gardens, and even a science center. So yeah, San Diego, it's a no-brainer for a family vacation.
Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading to Yellowstone National Park, where the geysers erupt, the bison roam, and the adventure never ends. Of course, the main attraction is Old Faithful, the geyser that erupts every 90 minutes or so. But Yellowstone is more than just geysers. You've got bubbling mud pots, colorful hot springs, and enough wildlife to fill a zoo. Keep your eyes peeled for elk, bison, wolves, and maybe even a bear or two. And don't forget your hiking boots, because there are miles of trails to explore. Just be sure to stay on the designated paths, because you don't want to have a surprise encounter with a grizzly bear. So yeah, Yellowstone National Park. It's a wild ride for the whole family.
Next up, we're heading to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Now I know what you're thinking. History? Politics? My kids are going to be bored out of their minds. But hold on a second, folks. Washington, D.C. is more than just boring old museums and government buildings. It's also got a ton of kid-friendly attractions that'll make learning fun for once. First up, you gotta check out the National Mall. It's home to iconic monuments like the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, and the World War II Memorial. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of the president. Don't get your hopes up though, he's usually pretty busy. The Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History is always a hit with kids, and the International Spy Museum is sure to get their imaginations racing. Check out the National Zoo, take a bike ride along the Potomac River, or catch a show at the Kennedy Center. So yeah, Washington, D.C., it's not just for politicians and history buffs. It's a surprisingly family-friendly city with something for everyone.
All right, let's head back to Canada, shall we? This time we're going to Vancouver, a city that's so beautiful, it's practically illegal. Vancouver is like if Seattle and San Francisco had a baby, and that baby was raised by Canadians. First up, you gotta check out Stanley Park. It's like Central Park, but with totem poles and killer views of the city skyline. And speaking of scenery, you can't miss a trip to Grouse Mountain. Take a gondola ride to the top for breathtaking views of the city, the ocean, and the surrounding mountains. And let's not forget about the food. Vancouver is a foodie paradise with everything from fresh seafood to delicious Asian cuisine. So yeah, Vancouver, it's a city that has it all. Just be prepared to pack layers, because the weather can be a little unpredictable.
All right, folks, it's time to talk about the Big Apple, New York City. Now, I know what you're thinking. New York City with kids? Are you insane? But hear me out. New York City might seem overwhelming, but it's actually a surprisingly family-friendly city. First up, you gotta take the kids to Times Square. Sure, it's crowded and chaotic, but it's also an experience they'll never forget. And speaking of shows, you can't go to New York City without seeing a Broadway show. There are tons of family-friendly options, from The Lion King to Aladdin to Wicked. But New York City is more than just shows and crowds. You can also find some peace and quiet in Central Park. Rent a boat, visit the zoo, or just relax and have a picnic. The American Museum of Natural History is always a hit with kids, and the Children's Museum of Manhattan is specifically designed for little ones. So yeah, New York City. It's a city that truly has something for everyone, even kids. Just be prepared to walk a lot because this city never sleeps.
All right, folks, get ready to have your minds blown because we're heading to the Grand Canyon. This natural wonder is so big, so vast, so incredibly awe-inspiring, it'll make you feel like an ant. The Grand Canyon is a mile deep, 277 miles long, and up to 18 miles wide. The views? Don't even get me started on the views. They're absolutely breathtaking. Now I know what you're thinking. The Grand Canyon with kids. Are you sure that's a good idea? And you know what? You're right to be concerned. The Grand Canyon is a dangerous place, and you need to be extremely careful, especially with kids. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy it as a family. There are plenty of ways to experience the Grand Canyon safely with kids. So yeah, the Grand Canyon. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that your family will never forget. Just be sure to pack your common sense and your camera.
All right, folks, let's head to the Midwest, shall we? Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City. Now, I know what you're thinking. Chicago? With kids? Isn't that where Al Capone used to hang out? And you know what? You're not entirely wrong. Chicago does have a bit of a checkered past. But trust me on this one, it's a completely different city today. First up, you gotta take the kids to Navy Pier. It's like a giant playground on the lakefront with a Ferris wheel, a carousel, a Shakespeare theater, and even an IMAX theater. Millennium Park is home to the iconic Cloud Gate sculpture, aka the Bean, as well as Crown Fountain, where kids can splash around in the water. Chicago has some of the best museums in the country. The Field Museum of Natural History is always a hit with kids, and the Museum of Science and Industry is sure to get their minds racing. And let's not forget about the food. Chicago is a foodie paradise, with everything from deep dish pizza to Chicago-style hot dogs to Italian beef sandwiches. So yeah, Chicago, it's a city with something for everyone, even kids. Just be prepared for the wind, because it's called the Windy City for a reason.
All right, folks, we've saved the best for last. We're going back to Orlando, Florida, but this time we're talking about the big one, Walt Disney World. This place is like a dream come true for kids, and let's be honest, adults too. It's got 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, a shopping and dining district, and enough magic to make even the most cynical adult feel like a kid again. You've got Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. And let's not forget about the water parks. Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach are the perfect places to cool off on a hot Florida day. But let's be real. The real magic of Disney World is the feeling you get when you're there. It's a feeling of happiness, wonder, and pure joy. So yeah, Walt Disney World, it's the ultimate family vacation destination. Just be prepared to spend a lot of money because Disney magic doesn't come cheap.
And there you have it, the top 10 best places in North America for a perfect family trip. From the theme park thrills of Orlando to the natural wonders of the Grand Canyon, there's something for everyone on this list. So, what are you waiting for? Start planning your adventure today and create unforgettable memories with your loved ones.